Class, congratulations on making it through your first full week of school. It is Friday the 13th, September 2013, and today was your first Writer's Workshop Friday. Now, because it was the first Writer's Workshop Friday, we spent a lot of time setting up what these days on Friday are going to look like. Now, on Friday, when you come in here, I'm not going to do any talking, and you're thinking, thank you! I don't have to listen to them. But wait, you're not off the hook. Because when you come in here every Friday, you're going to be responsible for being a writer. Yes, we did just learn throughout the course of the week what it means to be a writer. To do the things a writer does, to build a goal around who we want to be as writers. Now it's time to actually be a writer. And here's what I mean. I had you guys come with these composition notebooks today. Now, if you didn't have one, I sold one to you for half the price of what you would have paid for it. So, you're welcome. But I also had you set up your writer's journals with 7 pages in the beginning of the book for brainstorming. For brainstorming. Why? Because all the time, every time I ask students to just sit down and write, they go, I don't know what to write about. I don't know, Mr. Kez, I don't have any topics. I don't know what to write about. What should I write about? And then I'll give a suggestion, and you'll go, I don't want to write about that. I don't want to write. Well, good news. You have no more excuses. That's actually really good news for me. And I guess eventually it's going to be good news for you because you're going to get to come in, you're going to be able to sit down, and you're going to be able to work towards connecting with an audience. And that's your whole job every Friday in this class is you're going to sit down and put yourself onto a sheet of paper that another human being is going to read someday and connect to. That is brilliant. That is genius. It's also the first time I'm ever doing anything like this, so I'm going to be learning along with you. And every Friday you can expect to see me writing at my desk while you're writing at your desk. I'll also be coming around and making sure that I'm helping you guys with anything that you need help with, but I'm pretty sure that you all have some pretty good brains in your head, and you've got some ideas that you can write about, and now you're going to have a way to organize it and actually do it. So I think you guys are going to be just fine. But for right now, what I want to do is I want to show you how we set up our writer's journals in class. I'm going to try something because I don't know if it's actually going to work because I've never tried it, but I'm actually going to try to go over to the camera and I'm going to try to look at what I'm showing you in the camera while I'm showing you and explaining to you through the camera. So bear with me if it looks a little strange for a little while, but I'm going to show you exactly what we're going to do here. So this composition book that you see right in front of you here that the camera's trying to focus on, you'll notice that I have my name. I also have the period number. Now next, what I've got, on the first 2 pages, okay, you'll notice that I've made T-charts on the first 2 pages, okay, front and back. Now the way I made these T-charts, I'm actually going to have to back up a little bit because the camera can't focus on it. Hopefully you can see this. All right? You open up, and what I did is I had you take the first 2 pages, and as you take them and fold them in half, so that, and if you want to get a good crease, fold that book down, squeeze on it, you will have a nice straight line that breaks your page down into 2 halves. Now you'll notice, on the first page, we wrote like and hate. We've got things I really like a lot on the left-hand column, and things I really can't stand on the right-hand column. Now, you're allowed to put people in the like column, but you're not allowed to put people in the hate column. And here's why. This is not a burn book, guys. This is not a place to air your dirty laundry with your friends, or your ex-friends, or your ex-boyfriends or girlfriends, or teachers that you don't like. No. These are just ideas to get you started on talking. And we have some strong opinions on things, and usually we're willing to talk about them. That's where you're going to put this stuff. Okay? On the back of that sheet, you are going to write typical and unusual. In the left-hand column, you're going to write stuff that's regular everyday experiences. Why? Well, sometimes comedians use things that just happen, regular everyday life stuff that we notice are kind of strange. So if you want to be a comic writer, you might use this column a lot. These are unusual things. These are out of the ordinary experiences. Sometimes we have things that really touch us emotionally. And they're things that only happen maybe once in a lifetime. Well, those are really important things. A lot of dramas on television and the movies speak about out of the ordinary experiences. That'd be a place for you to brainstorm stuff that's happened to you in that column. Moving on to the third T chart. Stuff that's fun and stuff that you have to do. The stuff I really love to do, you're going to make that list in the left-hand column. Right? In the right-hand column, stuff you have to do. Maybe that could also be stuff that goes in the column of hate. But there are also some things that we have to do that we really like to do. For instance, Mr. Cass sometimes really actually enjoys mowing the lawn, even though he has to do it. Sometimes it just gives him a chance to just not think about anything, not focus on anything, and just do some physical tasks that's going to make him a little tired, so he can go inside and just enjoy a good sit. So it must be done. That's what's going in the right-hand column. And on this last T chart, regrets and proud of. Now, as you get older, you're going to realize that you've got some regrets and you've got some stuff that you're proud of, and they're actually going to build up more and more every year you're alive, every day you're alive. But I wrote this reminder, if only I could go back. See, sometimes you do things you wish you didn't do, but also sometimes you wish you had said something or done something that you didn't, and now you're looking back and you say, if only I could go back. Those ideas go in the left-hand column here. Proud of. I really outdid myself. These are the moments in your life where you're like, man, I wish that I could have done something like this, and then I did it. Really, really great stuff. So that's a place to jot your ideas down about that. So you have 4 full pages and 8 columns total that you can go through, and you can brainstorm ideas to write about in those 4 pages. But here's another organizer that I had you put in. Okay? This is for your opinions. Now, some of those ideas will be covered in the first 4 pages, but also there's some stuff right here, and you'll see that I kind of color-coded mine too so I can help organize myself. However you need to organize yourself is your business, and you'll be able to get your opportunity to do this. As long as you set this up, you can organize the rest of this binder however you want to. But you see I wrote generating opinion ideas to write about. That's what this whole table is called. But we have ideas and opinions, which are usually reasons that we have for likes or dislikes and strong feelings. Now what I did is I left myself 4 lines that way, 4 lines that way. That way I've got a decent amount of space that I can brainstorm here. But also I have a space for reviews. These help us make decisions. If you say, hey, I want to go to eat somewhere, and your friend says, oh no, I've eaten there before, and it's not very good. Well, take a look. Travel and places to eat is the first column. I gave myself 3 spaces so that I could have plenty of room to write down maybe places that I've seen in the world, and I can write reviews about them. Or maybe places to eat, I could write reviews about that too. Maybe if you're one of those people who said during class, I'm really into food, that'd be a place to write down some stuff that you want to say about food. You have opinions and they matter. Also, books and movies is the second column. I also gave myself 3 spaces for that one. Sports and hobbies. Oh, let me tell you, I might go on to another page about this one. I love sports. Gave myself 3 for here. I may actually have to go on to the back of this sheet and continue it. Now there's one more. Persuasive writing. Because persuasive writing is opinion writing. It's your opinion, and what you're trying to do is you're trying to support your opinion. You have a thesis statement, an opinion that you want to prove or explore, and you're going to try to do that, and you're going to try to give supporting details so that other people might think the same way you do. Now sometimes it's really informal, and you might be writing a letter to somebody else. But sometimes it might be a really big issue that's a topic for debate, like violence in schools, or violence in movies, or let's say something that's really near and dear to my heart, stem cell research. Now you might not know a lot about that, but I sure do, having been a cancer survivor and having had stem cell treatments that made me healthy again, the reason I'm standing in front of you. Well, some people think we shouldn't research on stem cells at all, but like I said, I wouldn't be here if it weren't for that. So I've got a lot of ideas that I could write down and some supporting evidence that I could say, hey, stem cell research is actually a really good idea. So that might have gone over your head a little bit, but the point is this, that we leave ourselves space in this organizer for stuff that's so important to us that we would be willing to debate somebody else or write a letter trying to convince somebody else to believe our opinions as well. Now you'll notice on these next 4 pages after that, I have brainstorms. Well, some of the ideas you're going to have are not going to fit into all of these organizers. So I made sure that if you have like an idea for a graphic novel, or an idea for a video game storyline, or an idea for a play script, or a movie script, or some poetry, or anything at all, this is a page to just freely write down your ideas. And you'll notice I gave you 4 of them, front and back, just so you never have to go searching, where are all my ideas? You never have to go searching. They're all right in the front of this journal. So I've got brainstorms. Brainstorms part 2, which is 2 for my French speakers. I've got more brainstorms. And I've got even more brainstorms. So that means the first 7 pages of your writer's journals is going to be all ideas. You're going to concentrate all your ideas there. That way on Friday when you come in, you can just pick an idea and start writing, or continue writing an idea and get more ideas from the beginning pages. And you'll notice I wrote on the 8th page, the writing begins. And I even put a nice little page 1 here. I'm going to number all my pages. You might want to number all your pages too, and you might actually want to make this a table of contents. Maybe you write a page number over here, or maybe you cover this with another sheet. I don't care, whatever you want to do. But the point is that we keep all of our ideas and all of our writing in this journal that we hold near and dear to our hearts and that we carry around everywhere with us. Because, can I tell you something? You're going to want to hang on to your ideas. I talked yesterday about knowing when to hold them and knowing when to fold them for now. Remember, when you look at your cards, or your writing, as it were, and you say, man, I've got some really great stuff here, I'm going to see this through, I'm going to write it all the way to the end, I'm going to get there all the way to the end and see what I got. Well, sometimes you're going to look at your ideas, you might write like a paragraph, even a page, and go, I can't go any farther with this and it's not done yet. I don't know what to do, I'm stuck. Leave it. Fold it for now. Remember, when you're at the card table, you don't crumple up those cards, you put them back in the deck and wait for them to come back to you. Because when they come back to you, they might be useful the next time. That's what this book is going to be all about. What I'd like you guys to do over the weekend, and you'll notice I wrote it in the homework down below as well. And, oh, also, by the way, that packet that we looked at on the overhead this morning, the one, I don't know what to write about, that's what the packet's called. You can download that at the bottom of this post. You just click on that download button, and you'll be good. You can take a read of all that stuff, get a further explanation of what you're doing here. I would love it if you would decorate your writer's journal. Remember, I do need to see your name and the period number. But I would love it if you make this writer's journal personal to you, something you'd be proud to carry around, not just because of the writing in it, but also because of the you that is expressed by your decorations. That's awesome. Make this as personal as possible, because guess what? It's going to be your link as an author to connect with an audience, which is the most satisfying experience. I've been published a few times, and can I tell you, the fact that people I don't even know will pick up something maybe and read it and possibly be touched, maybe even changed by my words after never having met me, oh, it's amazing. What a feeling. What a feeling. Ask your parents about that song. You probably don't know that song, but it's not a bad one. It's not a bad one. You might find yourself going, hey, I kind of, and you go, oh, no, my parents listen to that song. I can't listen to it either. I like to have some fun with these, as you know. And if you're watching this to the end, thank you. That was your little reward, to be like, Mr. Kez is crazy. That's your reward. You get to see how crazy I am. Anyways, decorate this. Also, if you feel like it, start brainstorming. Start generating some ideas in your T-chart, or in your horizontal chart, or on your separate brainstorm pages. Maybe you even want to start writing this weekend. I don't know. That'd be really cool. But the important part is that now we're set up, now we can be independent writers. Using the dispositions that we've studied this week: courage, understanding, perseverance, reflection, expertise, collaboration. We're using all of these, and every Friday we get the opportunity to bring ourselves to our audience. Guys, It's been a wonderful week. Thank you so much for coming and viewing these podcasts. And again, don't forget to look down below for your homework and for that packet that you're going to be using. You're going to be putting it in your binder to give you ideas and to keep these flowing. Okay? Have a wonderful weekend. Have a safe weekend. I'll see you back on Monday.